What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about Josh Trank because Josh Trank is talking about why he left the Boba Fett movie that he was originally signed on for, and all it does is it gives us more insight into why Kathleen Kennedy is terrible at her job. It's not even debatable at this point. I have been right the entire time. The one thing I've never criticized her on is Josh Trank because of the reports that were out there, and we'd never really heard the other side of the story. Well, now we can add Josh Trank to a long list of mismanaged situations with Kathleen Kennedy. Now, here we are over on IGN. And it says, Josh Trank reveals reason he left the Boba Fett movie. In a lengthy profile on filmmaker Josh Trank by Polygon, details were revealed about why Trank departed the Boba Fett movie he had signed on to write and direct mere minutes before it was supposed to be announced at Star Wars Celebration in 2015. In 2014, Trank came off the success of Chronicle, was brought on by Disney to develop a Boba Fett solo movie, although at the time we only knew of it as an untitled Star Wars spin-off project. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy sung his praises in a public statement, saying he is such an incredible talent and has a great imagination and a sense of innovation that makes him perfectly suited for Star Wars. 1 year later, according to the Polygon report, word of a troubled production on Trank's Fantastic Four movie had reached Disney and Kennedy. No one had seen a cut of the film that would go on to become one of the biggest commercial and critical flops of the year, but hearing about all of the issues involving Trank were enough to cause Kennedy to lose confidence in him. Now, does this remind you of anything else with Kathleen Kennedy where she brought on a couple of filmmakers that were highly touted on other projects, and then once they signed on, suddenly she hears something else or sees something else and decides to back out of it? Why are you committing to these ideas if you can't even follow through with the beginning of the production in some cases? Other cases, you let 90% of the production get done before you decide, hey, maybe I need to change things up. My goodness, this is so similar to Lord and Miller and Benioff and Weiss. Lord and Miller saw success, the Lego movie, and I think it was 21 Jump Street. And then they were signed on to do Solo, and then they got 90% done with the project. And then suddenly Kathleen Kennedy decides, oh, we need to fire them because they're not doing a good job. Good job on that one. Great leadership. Then Benioff and Weiss were brought on to create a trilogy, not a movie. Not a movie. They were brought on to do a trilogy, and they ended up quitting. Not a movie. Not a movie. They ended up quitting a trilogy. Now, they were brought on before the season 8 debacle, and then that happened, and then suddenly they had to leave for other projects. This is a sign of a terrible leader in Kathleen Kennedy. Carrying on, Trank explained that Kennedy and he agreed he should cancel his appearance at April Star Wars Celebration, where he was going to share the first details of his Star Wars movie with the world. At the time, he had tweeted he had come down with the worst flu of his life. Days later, industry insiders reported that he was fired from the project. Trank said in a personal statement that he had departed the film to pursue some original creative opportunities. Now Trank claims, I quit because I knew I was going to be fired if I didn't quit. Trank shared that he privately told his managers that he was done looking for work making blockbuster movies. At the time, and this is the funny part right here, at the time, it was a shock for a director to depart a Star Wars project in such fashion. But since then, the list would-be Star Wars film, the list of would-be Star Wars filmmakers has only grown, with Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss leaving the trilogy of Star Wars movies. Not a movie. Not a movie. We're talking about a trilogy. Phil Lord and Chris Miller being fired from Solo during production. Colin Trevorrow being fired from Episode 9, not to mention director Gareth Edwards being sidelined on Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Not to mention, where's Rian Johnson's trilogy at? You've got all of this nonsense. Again, they announced Rian Johnson's trilogy. They've formally announced Rian Johnson's trilogy before The Last Jedi even came out. Where is Rian Johnson's trilogy? Rian Johnson has confirmed many times that this project was still going on. Where is it? Where's that trilogy, Rian? Kathleen, can you make a public statement on that? Where is Rian Johnson's trilogy at? This woman is a disaster. Who is still defending her? She is bad at her job. This is not complicated to figure out. She is not good at her job. There is a pattern of behavior. Josh Trank's words, again, this is the one thing I've given her a pass on up to this point because we haven't had any more details. But once Josh Trank tells his side of it, you look at the situation and you say, wow, this sounds an awfully like every other situation that has happened under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. And now we can add Josh Trank to the equation of mismanaged creative personnel involved with Star Wars under Kathleen Kennedy. This woman is not good at her job. She is extremely bad. Now, is there anybody out there that wants to defend Kathleen Kennedy at this point after all of the information you have? There's still some people out there that are probably going to defend her, and we're just going to laugh at them. But that is the latest for now, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get a formal announcement of Rian Johnson not getting a trilogy, if they even do it. I don't even know if they're going to announce that he's not doing the trilogy. How do you make this announcement? How do you allow him to confirm the announcement multiple times since then? Yet, the trilogy has not happened. There's no sign that it's ever going to happen. And are they just not going to mention it, ever? Are they just never going to own the fact that they made a massive mistake by handing this man a trilogy before The Last Jedi even came out? Wow. What a terribly run company Lucasfilm is. Either way, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. F Naughty Dog. And we will talk to you later.